Hello, my name is Emma Persoon and I'm a master's student in veterinary medicine. The project I will be discussing today is developing a predictive genetic assay to determine success rate in autism assistance dogs. To start, I'll give a brief overview of assistance dogs and the problem we are trying to solve, then discuss how we are hoping to solve it. Service dogs are dogs specially trained to assist one individual with a disability. The goal of a service dog is to mitigate the effects of a disability to allow the individual to live a more independent life. Service dog training schools train a variety of types of service dogs, such as guide dogs, mobility assistance dogs, diabetic alert dogs, autism assistance dogs, and more. According to Assistance Dogs International, a worldwide organization that creates guidelines for assistance dog organizations, there are 82 accredited service dog training schools across the United States and Canada. While this seems like a large number of schools, the need for assistance dogs of all kinds outweighs the supply. Many organizations have a lengthy waiting list that some people sit on for years before receiving a dog. Additionally, the cost to train one dog can be upwards of $30,000 in training time, training resources, food, medical expenses, and equipment. Dogs typically take about 2 years to train from birth to client placement. At any point during these 2 years, dogs in training can be dropped from training programs for a variety of reasons. This includes medical issues such as hip dysplasia or behavioral issues such as reactivity. The rate of releasing dogs from these programs can be anywhere from 40 to 60%, which is not only a loss for the organization itself, but also causes potential clients to sit on waiting lists for longer. Autism service dogs are trained for individuals with autism spectrum disorder. Many of the tasks these dogs do help the individual stay safe in public and acclimate to social situations. Dogs are typically trained to brace against bolting, interrupt stims, and apply deep pressure to calm the individual. The child's family's quality of life also improves, since children are safer in public and typically more engaged with people. In collaboration with the University of Minnesota Medical School's Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Disorders, we are working to develop a predictive genetic test that can determine if an autism service dog candidate will be successful. We are collecting both the service dog's DNA and behavioral information from the families to determine which traits are genetic. We are surveying families across the United States with either an autism service dog or a companion dog in the household to learn which traits the assistance dogs have that are helpful for the individual with autism. We also ask families to collect a cheek swab to obtain the dog's DNA. After collecting the behavioral information, we use the behavior checklist to correlate the traits families identified with those items on the behavior checklist. The behavior checklist is a standardized service dog evaluation tool that assesses the dog's behavior and reaction to a variety of items, such as noise sensitivity, harness sensitivity, novel object reaction, and underfooting surface reaction. All accredited service dog organizations with breeding programs evaluate their dogs this way. We then compare those traits identified to the dog's genetic makeup to determine which traits are likely genetic. Once we have determined this, we will use that information to develop a prototype genetic test that will be able to predict the likelihood of a young potential service dog's success as an autism assistance dog, or if the dog is more likely to be in another career or released from the program. This will save organizations time and money that would have been spent on a dog that would ultimately be unsuccessful.